Troy, can you hear me, man?
I can hear you fine.
Man, my apologies, family. I don't know.
But you're still learning. You hit the end button and show by mistake.
And then I had to start a whole new one.
Yeah, see, okay, well now since it's just me and you, I have no problem with him fighting Charlo and every name that they throw. But listen, I've been on two hold on. I've been on too many panels where Charlo's a world beater. Oh, but Alvarez is holding up his career. Either you're a victim or you're a world beater. You can't be both. Okay, well, tell me why he's a world beater. What has he done? Well,
Are they
no,
gonna
no
be
one.
victims?
That's all I'm saying. He's good, but he hasn't done anything. Neither is Andres. They didn't even fight each other. Charlo came out his own mouth and said, "I'm not fighting anybody in their 20s" when he had the opportunity to fight David Benavidez, didn't he? Am I lying about that? No, I'm not lying about that. So, Alvarez basically he's fighting this dude. He went through all of this. He fought a loss. He took a loss, and he's come back to fight Ryder. Then I don't know who he's gonna fight after that. Who's to say he won't come back and fight David Benavidez? Because that's what he's supposed to do, right? And then everybody will shut up after that fight. Whether he wins, whether he loses, everybody will shut up. Because you know what? When he moved up to 175, they were complaining, oh, yeah, he's taking on this guy. Why is he taking on that guy? He should be taking on that guy. Then he loses, and they say, okay, I don't know why he moved up to 175. He's trying to duck, David Benavidez, and look what he got, a loss. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, when he was moving up to cruiserweight to fight this guy, oh, yeah, he's cherry picking at cruiserweight. How the hell do you cherry pick someone that's 30 pounds heavier than you? Or 40, for all intents and purposes. This whole conversation, this is why I don't debate people on just simple boxing, because it's too much foolishness.
Oh man. Here's the thing. I think when it comes to Canelo and who he hasn't fought, and what everybody is saying far as melanated fighters, certain words I do not like to use, so I don't use those words. But when he's saying melanated fighters, of course, there's no melanated fighters at 168. But the question, what they was trying to say in the statement is that he moved to weight classes purposely, whereas not many, but any melanated fighters there. That's where the talks of the title of the European tour came about. But people are saying his defense, when they talk about the Charlos and all these other melanated fighters that he hasn't fought, they'll say simply, well, what has they done? And that's one thing. And when it comes to boxing discussions back and forth between fans and anybody that get on my damn nerves, what they done. Like, it's the dumbest thing to say. We look at these fights, who a person got in the ring with, what they did against the person. So there's no need to throw that out there. We can't control in a person's movement. We can only ask for, this person should be fighting this person, this, that, and the other. But at the end of the day, to be honest with you, we really don't know what these guys really want to do in their careers. So to be arguing back and forth about it is really no argument, because everybody looks simple at the end of the damn day. And this is the type of things I'll be trying to bring to all of us as boxing fans and content creators, because some of the things that we talk about, yeah, it be sounding good, but it be stupid as hell. Because it's just some things we simply would never know, and we don't know. No matter how we might try to paint it and put it in each other's vision and eyes, we don't know. You see what I'm saying? Everybody ain't trying to get in the sport to be a certain thing. They just not. If that fighter is not on a mission that you watch the sport for, that you look for in a fighter, cool. Then leave it alone and go follow somebody and represent somebody that's looking to do that in their career. But some people are just not. And that's why the conversations with this fight gotta happen and all that, how it gotta happen. Listen, fuck the money. Fuck the titles. This is what I'm saying. Forget the belts. Forget the belts. Forget the money. Just fight, goddammit. Because guess what? Without the money and without the belts, guess what's still there, people? They goddamn skills. This is what I'll be trying to say the whole damn time, but nobody gets it.
So a lot of times we really sound really crazy in some of the things that we be discussing and debating about, because we get so caught up into, you know, having a title in the name, we forget, hey, skill set first. That's what matters to me. That's what brought you to the attraction and liking a fighter. You didn't like a fighter. Well, you know, some people, excuse me, let me say this correctly. Some casual fans like fighters because they got a belt, and they only started liking them because they got a belt. But what made you start liking this fighter before he got a belt? His goddamn skill set. So once he gets the belt, don't go away from that. And that's what a lot of us as boxing fans do. Once one of our favorite fighters, get a belt, then we forget what brought us to the likeness of this fighter, and put everything first. We putting things that really don't matter, things that don't decide the winner of the fight. The goddamn belts and the money don't decide the winner of the fight. When they getting in and it's skill for skill, wit for wit, power for power, and all that, that's what determines the winner of the fight, man. So forget all these arguments about what somebody getting. We ain't getting none of that money. Can we have boxing talk without the damn money, without their ages, none of that? I don't care. You know why I don't care? Because I'm putting money in their pocket. I can't put that shit on my taxes. So I don't talk about it, because I'm not in position to be controlling that money. I just want to see these dudes fight. I don't care if you got all the Bruce Lee belts and all that shit. I don't care. Just rumble. Show me you could beat this dude. Show me you better than him. Don't wait to want to fight somebody like some of these guys doing boxing when they could have been fought guys, been tested their skill set against guys before guys got a belt, but they wait till guys get a title, then years later, oh, I want to fight this dude. You could have been 40. So why are you asking him fighting now? And then what have you done to get a shot at this man since he became a champion? We need to talk about that. So these fighters be all over the place, and sometimes we be trying to control these dudes, man. We can't control these dudes, their mindsets, and none of that stuff that they do. And they move in the way that they moving because that's the way they want to move, people. If they moving like a damn duck, they want to quack. You understand me? That's just what it is. Let's go find somebody that got the heart that can do it. If they want to stay in a damn weight class to please people for something else and want to start doing something else, that's what they want to do. I'm not putting no energy into none of that. I'm just going to speak on what is actually factual. And what's factual to me is the way that they move. I care about what they say. I watch the way that they move because that's what we watching them for. Boxing is about these dudes getting in the ring and throwing damn punches, not getting in the ring in a microphone and having a face off for 10 goddamn rounds. Forget all the damn talks. Let's do the contract shit and get in the ring and rumble. You whoop his ass, belts, money, or not, I know you whooped his ass. Nobody can change that because we always going to move the goalposts and narratives on the belts and all that shit, but we cannot move the narrative on this motherfucker just parked the brakes on this dude. And that's all that matters to me, because at the end of the fight, if you paid attention enough and you watching it with a fan of the sport first before the likeness of your fighter, you're going to enjoy it better and you're going to respect it better. You're going to respect everybody else's opinions after that. So that's what I like to do, man. And I like to save some of the unnecessary arguments and stuff, because all of us are boxing intelligence, with a lot of us, and I say this respectfully, is too damn good for some damn unnecessary boxing talk. Go ahead, y'all. That's all I got.
Okay, look, I just wanted to say something to your point. That's perfect. Like what you said, all that stuff is perfect. But my only thing is why you said that these fighters do what they want to do, and they and somebody made the statement that Canelo made the move that he can make because these guys didn't do nothing. I have a problem with saying that he didn't fight these guys and they don't deserve because they didn't do nothing. The problem comes in when Canelo decides not to fight these guys because he said they didn't do anything. Then he goes and fights somebody who did even less. That's where the problem comes in. You can't duck this guy and say he didn't do nothing. Then you go fight somebody who do even less, and the fans still support that too. That's where the problem come in.
Facts.
Well, yep. I got a question for you. Are you a Floyd Mayweather fan?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, because he did the same blasted thing.
Did what?
He did the same blasted thing. He fought once he got the welterweight, he fought who he wanted to fight, and there was a lot of times he fought dudes that were lesser dudes. Nobody said nothing.
But I never heard Floyd Mayweather.
No. Okay, but let me finish my statement. And then y'all was saying that Alvarez doesn't fight certain styles. You talk about slick black fighters. Okay, Floyd and Laura were the two slickest fighters that he fought. I don't remember anybody else that you mentioned fighting Laura at all. So I don't know where I don't know what style he's ducking, because ain't no slick black fighters at 168 right now currently.
Yeah, okay. Answer the question.
No slick black fighters at 175. No slick black fighters at cruiserweight. So I don't know. I'm not fighting. There's no slick black fighters at 160 either.
Bro,
so
I never heard Floyd say, "Yo, bro, at some point you gotta let me go, dog." But I ain't never heard Floyd ever say that I'm not fighting this guy because he didn't do something. Then go fight another guy.
You don't have to say he did it.
He has not fought guys, bro. Is you gonna let me go, bro? Or you gonna talk by yourself? But yeah, if that's the difference.
Canelo, let the brother finish, man. Let the brother finish. Damn. Go ahead,
but Canelo actually does say that Canelo will look at this guy and say, "I'm not fighting you because you didn't do this," and go fight a guy that's even less than you. Okay, if you say that Floyd did that, that's cool, bro. But Floyd not the only one that did that. We can go down the road. Every fighter at some point has not fought this guy, but fought this guy. That's fine, bro. But when you come out and say it, that's a whole different level. I'm gonna say that I'm not gonna fight you because you didn't do something. Then I'm gonna fight somebody even less. Canelo is even on record saying, "I'm not fighting Boo Boo Andre because he's a horrible fighter, but you fighting Ryder." What kind of sense that make? You didn't fight Boo Boo because he's horrible, but Ryder is not. I mean,
that's no different. Listen, Floyd's words were, "He's not worthy." That's where the word.
No. We're not talking about Floyd.
No. Let me finish though. I'm just trying to make my point. I'm just trying to make my point. One of them said, "Oh, okay. Go ahead, brother. I'm gonna go back on."
No. Go ahead. I want you to get your point
on. No. My point is that he had a motto, Floyd Mayweather, and this is facts: right fighter, right price. And if most of the cats he fought at 147. Moved up. You got Marquez moved up. You got the Ghost moved up. He didn't really fight no really welterweight at 147. He fought Pacquiao, a smaller guy than him. So he fought guys that he knew complemented his style. He didn't really, and this cat earned it just like Floyd earned it. So if Floyd earned it and he did it his way like Frank Sinatra, why can't this cat who earned it?
He didn't earn it.
Hold on, Ben. I'm not Ben. Excuse me, Julius.
I'm just saying that don't make no sense, though. He didn't earn it.
I just want to ask this. Right now, Canelo Alvarez has 3 mandatories, correct? Mr. Graham.
Oh yeah, man. I'm sorry. I'm playing words with friends. Go ahead and ask me a question.
He got 3 mandatories, correct?
I guess, brother. I don't really pay that much attention.
David Benavidez, David Morrell, and
Ryder, who's actually a mandatory.
And John Ryder.
I don't know how the hell a fighter with 8 fighters who's never fought anybody is a mandatory, but that's boxing.
Say it again.
I don't know how a fighter with only 8 fighters who's never fought anybody is a mandatory to anything.
He's the champion. He's the regular champion in the WBA.
Okay, and that confuses the hell out of me because Alvarez is the undisputed champion, so that means he has all the belts.
They're a secondary belt, so
and that's the bullshit in boxing.
This is the thing. The secondary belt should be demanded.
Secondary is too many belts.
Hence the reason I said there are 3 mandatories, because there are 3. John Ryder is holding a secondary. He's holding an interim belt.
That's bullshit too.
That's why he's able to get the fight with Canelo.
Okay, let me ask you this. David Morrell, Ryder, Benavidez, who beats him?
I think Morrell and Benavidez beat him.
Are you serious? The dude has 8 fights. No, you don't know for sure that he will, because the dude has 8 fights and he lacks experience. Who has he fought that's given him the experience to beat this guy?
Brother, I don't need to know who. I don't need to know who he's fought. I can watch him fight and say he has this skill set. He has this ability. This is what Canelo is not good at. He can take advantages of those weaknesses.
No, that actually comes with experience. That comes with experience, man. It don't come just because you have the skill. Because if that was the case, what's the name, will be beating out Crawford door to fight him. This boy here, what's his name that everybody want Crawford to fight? They said he was mandatory, and his ass stepped aside from fighting Crawford. What's his name? Help me out. He's from Philly.
You talking about Jaron Ennis?
Boots. Yeah, everybody's going on the eye test with him, and I simply said to them, I see it. He got great skill, but where is he getting all this experience from to handle a guy that has the experience? Crawford has been through stuff in the ring. Alvarez has been through stuff in the ring. With 8 fights, he ain't been through nothing in the ring.
Hey, guess what? What's my boy name, man? Damn, I can't call his name now. Oh man, who knocked down Loma and Devin beat? Linares had all the experience in the world. Devin was too green to fight Loma, and Devin put hands and feet on Linares. It doesn't matter. It's about skills. It's about skills.
It's a skills experience, man. It's not just about skills. A bunch of fighters out there with skills, but they lack the experience. Just like, okay, I could drive fast. I could drive a car fast. That doesn't mean I could go win the Indy 500. I don't have the experience to do that. I could drive just as good as any of them riders on the track, but I don't have the experience to win that race. You understand me? I could catch a ball too, but if you put me on the NFL team, I don't have the experience to go and take my team to the Super Bowl. See, I got all them skills too. It don't work like that.
The difference is in a one-on-one sport, when you sitting there with individual who has certain abilities over you, especially in in Morrell case. I like Morrell. I think Morrell beat Benavidez as well. And so at the end of the day, when I look at Morrell, I'm just saying that the man, the fighting style that he brings to the ring, he's bigger than Canelo. He's younger, he's stronger, he's faster. He has better footwork than Canelo. I don't know what the hell you want to tell me.
Man,
I'm not going to tell you anything. I hope to God that all these fights come to pass, because I want this kid smashed now, because I'm sick of hearing, just to prove that I'm right, I want him to lose now.
That's what I want to hear. That's now you sound like a fight fan. That's what I want to hear. But let me say something, Doug. One thing about it is what he just said, that's false. But let me tell you something. Skills always, in my opinion, skills have always trumped experience. I'll tell you why. When you look at Muhammad Ali in his first title fight, when he beat Sonny Liston, he didn't have the experience over Sonny Liston. What he had was skill. When you look at Floyd in his first title fight, when he won, he didn't have the experience. What he had was skill. Every time you see a young phenom come up and they take out that old veteran, it's not experience that gets the job done, it's skills.
It's not true. His trainers put him in with fighters that gave him the skills, man. Come on, stop it. He wasn't a fighter with 8 fights. Neither was Floyd was a fighter with 8 fights doing nothing. Holyfield won his title at 12 because they built him a certain way based on his skill level. Sugar Ray was built a certain way based on his skill level. This kid right here, he's good, but that's all he is. He doesn't have the experience, because you can't tell me who he's fought that gave him the experience. They put Sugar. Hold on a second, please. They put these fighters in with hard fighters on purpose, because you know what? They said, okay, you have the skill. Now we're gonna get you the experience. What hard fighter has he been in with? Every time you see him step into a ring with somebody, you knew he was gonna win, because he don't know who the hell he's fighting. Just like the heavyweight boy that everybody's so hot on, Big Baby. I see his mistakes in the ring clear as day. I see him because I have the eye for it. Yeah, I see his skill too, clear as day. But he lacks experience.
Brother.
How did we derail the conversation respectfully? Like, what was the point of the question?
Bro, the question, I ain't gonna lie, we went off topic a long time ago. But what I do want to say is, bro, I don't know what kind of sports y'all. I'm not just talking about in boxing. In every sport you have seen, the very best people.
Listen, really cooking. I agree.
The very best players, or whatever sport you in, the very best athletes that we know who are famous, the greatest of the great. It wasn't experience that got them great, because the moment they got put on the big stage, they dominated. That's why skills trump experience. The very best of the best.
That's not true, because Kobe didn't beat Jordan the first time he played against him. Jordan schooled him, and he had all the skill in the world.
Yeah, he didn't have a better team either.
Kevin Garnett got schooled by the Patrick Ewing of the world when he first played him, because he didn't have the experience. Shaq even said that Patrick Ewing schooled him when he first played him. Why? Because he lacked the experience.
Because I watched Dwayne Wade.
One-on-one on the court is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about one-on-one on the court. He didn't have the experience.
And he was the MVP in his second year in the NBA. His second year in the NBA, Dwayne Wade won the NBA title and the MVP his very second year. And guess what Shaq said? Somebody with a ton of experience. Shaq said after they went down to Dallas, he went in the locker room and told D Wade, a second-year player, I need you to win this game because I can't. You are the dominant alpha on this team. You go win this game. And D Wade didn't have any experience.
He wasn't in his second year when Shaq teamed up with him.
So Dwayne Wade didn't win. Dwayne Wade didn't win a title in his second year in the NBA. That's what you're telling me. My favorite player didn't win his second. You telling me I don't know that my favorite player won the NBA title in his second year in the NBA?
What I'm saying is that he wasn't in his second year when Shaq went to Miami. That's what I'm saying.
Then how he won it with Shaq? How did he win a title with Shaq if Shaq wasn't there?
We're gonna move forward.
He won a title with Shaq, but that wasn't his second year in the league.
We're gonna move forward. Respectfully, of course. I'm not gonna jump into that point. I'm gonna leave it at that. Real quick, man. I gotta ask. I apologize, King Judah, for cutting you off. We're gonna come right back to you, man. And we gotta get my brother Marcus in the building. Man, shout out to you, Marcus. Much love to you for coming through, bro. We gotta get you in here. I gotta ask my brother Troy Graham one thing real quick. I gotta ask him something real quick. My brother Knockout Boxing 86 TV, he's in the building right now, and he said, Troy, that you said you wanted to smoke. He asked me to say, do you want to smoke, Troy? Do you want to smoke with Knockout in the debate arena? Oh, damn! Did he leave?
Oh,
he left.
Let me tell you, he just left because he just got murdered. Let me say this: he left because he just got murdered. This dude got on here in front of everybody and said Dwayne Wade didn't win the title.
Wait. He is back. He in the background. Boy, hey Troy, I appreciate you coming back.
I never said anything about Knockout Dub. I never called him out. At least not tonight. I didn't. I didn't say nothing about him. I mean, he's really not that good.
It sound like he's calling for you.
I heard you call him out a couple of times.
No, what did I say tonight about him? What did I say tonight?
I didn't say tonight.
Okay, well,
I've heard you.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about right here tonight, present day. I didn't mention his name.
Okay, well, I'm just telling you, he came through. He said, Troy said he wanted to smoke, and if you want,
well, I'm right here, but I didn't call him out. So hey, you want to talk? I'm right here. I didn't call you out.
There you go, right there. He said, man, Troy, stop all the nonsense, stop ducking, come with a real topic, and you can get.
Yeah. That's actually dead. That's actually dead. I moved past that. I'm not doing no damn debates because, as I told him, I'm a creative soul, and I'm not going to stick to.
You sound like.
I'm not going to stick to the the status quo and all that. First and foremost, I would never be your girlfriend. That's the first thing. You would be mine though. You sound like you said I sound like your girlfriend or something.
What the hell?
He said you sound like Bud Crawford.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, man. I didn't hear you right. Maybe you should stop talking while I'm talking. Then I can hear you better. Okay.
I'm confused right now.
No, but listen, I didn't say your name. Okay, let me address him since you said I called him. I didn't say your name, man. I have no reason to say your name because I'm not going to debate you because you want to stick to the status quo, just the low-hanging fruit, and that's just not what I do. It's too easy to talk about easy stuff with me. It just isn't. I'm too creative for that, and I'm too intelligent for that, so what's the point?
So you're saying that you don't want to smoke with Knockout as far as...
I don't want to debate easy stuff. You can stop that smoke business. I don't want to debate easy stuff. I just don't want to. I'm too creative and too intelligent to do, Bud Crawford, this and that. No, I'm not going to debate that, man. No, why? I'm not going to do that.
He said any topic as far as...
I did pick any topic, and he turned it down. So the conversation's over.
What topic?
No. The conversation's over. I'm not.
No, you didn't board it up. You didn't board it up, Graham.
I didn't bring it up. Dub brought it up. I didn't bring it up, so I don't have to answer any questions.
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying, Graham. You was about to say the topic, so you might well just come all the way out.
No. I was never about to say the topic because I didn't bring it up. To me, it's past tense is over. I look forward. I don't look backwards because ain't nothing behind you but your ass. So I don't have to look backwards. I'm looking forward.
Shout out to my brother, Tony Israel. I said Tony Boswell.
You call me Israel? You call me Ben Israel? Damn.
No. Tony Boswell is in the building, always coming through, showing love. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? When you come through, smash the like button. Man, we're gonna move forward. Marcus is in the building, man. We ain't got your opening statements tonight. I apologize. Hey, it's been a fire show tonight, man. Marcus, what you got for me, brother?
It's all good, man. Well, what's the topic? What's the main topic we cooking on, so I can add a little context or a perspective, you know?
Troy Graham.
Oh man, you don't want me to do that, big guy.
What's up, Mark? What's going on?
Many have tried, and many have tried, and I come out on my 2 feet, standing tall like a man. I don't know what your plan is. I don't know what your plan is, but I got a shovel for you too. I got a shovel for you too.
We're gonna keep it boxing.
I'm keeping it boxing. I'm just letting the brother know.
I told y'all we had to cook on this weekend's fight. We had to cook on this weekend fight. I wanted to go to this fight first, man. In y'all opinion, man, was it a robbery tonight? Or what was there a robbery? Did a robbery take place? Did Brian Colbert? I said Brian Colbert. I seen Brian in the damn. Man, my bad. Right? Did Chris Colbert, the man with the? Did he get a victory decision?
Oh man!
To be honest with you, I think that he won by 1 round.
Okay, talk about it.
I think that he weathered the storm. He showed a lot of heart that he didn't show when he fought Garcia. He actually, you know, held his own when it came down to taking some of those power blows. And even though he was making it look bad in the earlier rounds where he was taking punishment, it looked like he wasn't too hurt and he was able to compose himself. And then I think he put on a poor man's boxing clinic in the middle rounds with walking Rayo down and hitting him with the jab and evading a lot of punches. And, you know, a lot of those rounds were a little bit too close for Rayo to feel like he got robbed. I mean, he had an opportunity to end the fight or just to keep it going, and he didn't follow through, and he left it up to the judges. And, you know, people are saying, oh, it shouldn't have been a unanimous decision. Well, the scorecards were all similar. So that means that everybody must have saw the same thing who was really paying attention, in my opinion. But what do I know? I'm a casual.
I ain't mad at it. Crush, what you got on it, man? Who
won that fight? Man, El Rayo won that fight. Okay. And I'm in my statement, I'm not trying to change nobody's mind. Stick to yours. Leave me alone. Here's the thing. I watched that fight 3 times, right? And I'm kind of blind, but I watched it 3 times to make sure that I was correct. Chris Colbert lost that fight. I had that fight 6 rounds to 4. Forget the knockdown, because a lot of people is attacking the knockdown. That, you know, that's not a situation when that knockdown should win somebody a whole fucking fight. That's not the case. Chris Colbert, I hear what everybody was saying. Chris Colbert was missing a lot of shots. El Rayo landed more of the shots. And you could go back and look at it a couple of times. He came on, but he came on as a latecomer, like a female with a period. He came on late. Yeah, he started looking good and started throwing that shit, but it was rounds late. He was missing shit. El Rayo defense is on point. He showed that he had some defense. And Mr. Fast-ass Hands, Chris Ice Cream Sherbet, had a problem. He was struggling with landing shots on him until he started landing the shots. Yes, he started landing shots, but those shots that he started landing, was it enough shots to add up to the shots that he missed? Hell to the no. Go back and watch that fight, man. Now, El Rayo, he didn't get him out of there. Why he didn't get him out of there, I don't know. And I'm not going to even try to build up a narrative for that. I'm not going to waste your time or all my time with that. But Chris Colbert lost that fight. Chris Colbert, no, he lost that fight. And I'm going to tell you why, if you don't agree why he lost that fight. He showed it in his sportsmanship. He showed it. He started sticking his tongue out because he knew he fucking lost. If he knew he won this fight with high confidence and everything, he wouldn't have been sticking his tongue out talking about nah. That nigga got the goddamn golden ticket gift card from goddamn Willy Wonka via Teofimo Lopez. He lost his fight, ladies and gentlemen. Then this chump ass talking about he going back to 130. I don't want to hear nothing else about Ice Cream Sherbet. Y'all can go on.
And
I'm not mad at it.
Crush. I ain't mad at that. Judy, what you got on it, man? Who did Chris Colbert win that fight?
Yeah, I think he won a very close fight. And I'm gonna tell you why. The best thing Arroyo did in that fight was, of course, it was his power. When he knocked him down, the fight was his to win. The mistake he made was that after Colbert got up, he wasn't able to maintain that, because at no point in there did I see him maintain dominance over Chris Colbert. And Spurs Colbert was able to dominate him with the jab and win a lot of the middle rounds. Now, I don't know if y'all remember, I'm gonna refer y'all back to an older fight. I don't know if y'all saw it, but it was Algieri versus Provodnikov, the hard-hitting Provodnikov. Provodnikov knocked Algieri down early. Yeah, he knocked him down early. And we, you know, to the world, you know, Provodnikov was a killer at that point. We thought it was over with, but Algieri was able to maintain and box his way to a decision. The problem with being a knockout puncher is that once you do get that knockout, you have to stay on the boxer, because the boxer will take rounds from you. Taking rounds is what boxers do. And that's what Arroyo allowed him to do. Now, Arroyo did land other big shots throughout the fight, but they was too far in between. You let Chris Colbert work too much in between. He missed a lot of shots against Chris Colbert. That is not good. His best bet would have been to just bully him after you got the knockdown, because, I mean, you up at that point. He tried to get into a boxing match with a boxer much too often, and that's why he lost that fight.
I ain't mad at it. Troy Graham, are you there?
Yes, sir. I didn't see that fight, man. You know, I saw the main event. I didn't see the other fights yet.
I ain't mad at it. Did anybody passing it around, man? Any rebuttals, anything anybody had else on that fight, man? I did want to say, like I say, I thought it was a robbery, man. And when I say robbery, it was a close fight. I give Chris Colbert credit. At the end of the day, one thing that I was from the previous fight, right? The previous fight, he came forward, even though I thought he was hurt early in the fight. He still stood in there. He continued to put the pressure on. He didn't back down. You know what I'm saying? So I give him credit for it. I still thought, though, you know what I'm saying? I thought he was hurt in at least 4 rounds, possibly could have been stopped in 2 of those rounds. He was knocked down in 1 of them. And so I thought that El Rayo, I just thought El Rayo, and then the body work as well. I thought El Rayo, he had a lot of the body work going. Now, the thing is this. The thing I have to say about the entire fight, because I was, from the beginning, when I first seen it, I was like, man, that's a robbery, bro. Then I thought about it, and I watched, and I'm like, nah, it's not a robbery. It's not a robbery. It's the thing is this. If I'm Jose Benavidez Sr., right, in El Rayo corner, why are you letting the smaller fighter push you back? Why? No, if anything, all right, if you're gonna be the smaller fighter and he's gonna come forward, you better sit your ass down, fight him in the pocket. Let him come forward. His ability to beat you is boxing, right? And so let him come forward, put him in the pocket. Don't let him sit there at no mid-range and box your ass. And I just feel like overall, I still think El Rayo won. I think he won the fight. I just think that if he would have been there and had a better game plan, it would have looked much more convincing than it did. And so when you look at the judges and you're watching somebody with fast hands work from that mid range, it's like I still think that I didn't see no. Like I said, I scored it 5-5 actually. With the knockdown, I gave the win to El Rayo. It's just that when you got a knockdown, and I didn't see clear rounds for I didn't see a lot of clear rounds. I think I had 3 swing rounds in there. I gave 2 to El Rayo, and I gave 1 to Colbert. And I don't know. It just I don't know. Go ahead. My bad.
Hey, there's one thing. El Rayo, you know, just like any other fighter, they got a couple little loose ends or whatever. But there's one thing that's a problem with him that he needs to fix. I haven't heard anyone speak on it yet, and this is going to elude why he didn't step on the fucking gas. People, El Rayo got gas. He got stamina issues. I've been seeing this before he even got knocked out by De Los Santos because I like the kid. But I also see that he's a front runner too. And I learned that early, like at his like 4th or 5th fight, I learned that he was a front runner. And during the fight with Colbert, you know, when his power was more effective, he was gassing fast as shit. So what he did, he tried to preserve some energy, some gas, which was smart, but he don't have the boxing intelligence yet to know how to preserve and control it, because I seen that he was doing that within the fight. And I said, okay, I see what's going on right now. But if he don't fix that problem right now, I feel sorry for the kid. And that's part of the reason why he probably wound up on the wrong side of the decision, where a lot of people felt as though that he won the fight. But that's the reason why people say, well, why he letting him off? People, he was throwing a lot of shit, and he was throwing them fast. So you got to notice, for a few rounds, he was just throwing his punches out. Once he got some gas up, then his speed of his punches picked up a little bit in the later rounds, in the last 2 rounds, because he had gassed himself throwing a lot of those body shots. But even though he just concentrated straight on, you know, straight center mass, which is good, but what he should have been doing when he was doing the body work, he should have been putting a little more off to both sides. Would have helped out a little more. And you know, Chris was able to suck that shit up from the body and get some momentum back and get some things off. But I still think you know, respectfully, he came up a little short. But I'm gonna talk about him at a later time, because he talking about going back down to 130. I guess he think he's avoiding smoke, but there's a guy down there by the name of Shockey Foster that been wanting a piece of that ass since the beginning of time. So hopefully, if he is going back down to 130, don't go down there and be Hollywood and duck that old Shockey smoke. Because these fighters these days, I'm starting to see with a lot of these guys, they stuck in between a situation where they don't know, you know, I don't want to get hit that hard. You know, maybe I'll go down in the weight class. You know, my punch resistance is better for a weight class lower. But then, you know, blindsiding themselves, what you avoiding in the weight class up, there's the same problem for you in the weight class you think ain't that problem down there. And I'm getting sick of it, and he's one of them. I don't know. Get this guy a big fight or something and see what he does and get him on out of there, because I see what they trying to do with Chris Colbert. He's more of a personality, I guess, so the Venezuela and all that. Okay, let's see what he going to do, because this kid could have had a lot of big fights happen for him, but because of his discipline and his nonsense and everything, he hasn't had any of those you know, big fights that he would like to be in and we like to see. Did he show us in his performance, no matter if you agree if he won or not, do you agree in his performance that he's really ready to get in there with the guys that he should be tested with? Chris Colbert to me is just like Ryan Garcia. You got some shit to prove. I got some of these young prospects with only 10 to 15 fights will probably give this guy some damn problems. So we gotta see what he gonna do if he say he going back down to 130. But I mean, yeah, he showed some heart. The only reason why he didn't quit, people, the only reason why he didn't quit in this fight like he did in that fight, because he wanted to quit. The look was on his face. I seen it. I was paying attention to it. He bit down on it and said, you know what? I'm gonna fuck up the church's money. What y'all got? He had no choice, boy. He had no choice, and he sat there. He sat through it, and we'll see what happens with this dude next, man. But we got an interesting fight coming up this weekend. Dub, can we shift it to something else? AJ is fighting this weekend,
And
Hold on. Before we shift, I just want to make sure nobody, if anybody had anything else on the Chris Colbert, Rayo Valenzuela fight before we shift it.
Yeah, I mean, last words. I just want to say, in my opinion, they both got exposed. I never really understood the hype on either one of them. Another fighter out of the Benavidez camp gassing out and looking bad in the later rounds. And I mean, these guys are fighting a 10-rounder. Like, come on now. I don't want to hear them call out nobody big. You know what I mean? These guys are not on that level. And there's no disrespect to the fighters because I know they, fought on a big card, but at the same time, these guys aren't that great. That's all I'm about to say.
King Judah, anything any last words on that fight, King Judah?
Yeah.
Nah, man, like you said, bro. I mean, I was never big on either one of them, so nah, nothing much.
It is what it is. Hey, go ahead, Crush, man. Talk, and we need to talk about this fight coming up this week. I'm not mad at it. Man, what you got?
Yeah, we got that. So first fight under some guidance and getting some lessons from Derek James. A lot of people.
No, my brother Crush cut. He cut out. I want him to talk about it because I ain't gonna hold you. We'll get to that in a second. Let me ask y'all two real quick while I got y'all before we move to that fight. What y'all think about Joey Spencer versus Jesus Ramos? I thought Jesus Ramos he did what I expected him to do. I thought he was the bigger fighter in this situation. Didn't ever think Joey Spencer had a chance. I think Joey Spencer, he probably need to move his ass down to be respectful to him. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect at all. But what did y'all have any opinion or thoughts on that fight?
I just think Spencer is I think he was a hype job. When I first heard about him, I thought he was a hype job, but I never thought he was nothing special. And I mean, I was proven right. I don't think that he's nothing special.
Anything on the Marcus?
No, actually, I ran to the store during that fight and missed it. It was over by the time I got back, so I don't really have much to say. Plus, I don't really know either fighter.
I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad. So, last thing, want to ask about Rick. You and that time, Rick. That time be killing me. We got my brother Crush back. Go ahead, Crush, man. Moving forward.
Yeah, went out.
Real quick, I want to ask everybody real quick, man. Give y'all quick words on Benavidez versus Plant. And what did y'all think about that fight? Did y'all were y'all impressed by the fight? Was it underwhelming? And I gotta ask, does Benavidez beat Canelo? That's the real question.
But it was a good fight, man. Heck of a fight. I like the fight. Even though I picked Caleb to win, I'm a fan of both guys. Exciting fight, man. Fight of the year. Salute to both of them, man. And I love the sportsmanship after the fight. I love that, and I love to see that more often in the sport of boxing instead of guys that's actually being haters and shit. Will he beat Canelo? I'm gonna give y'all my honest opinion. I have to see it. You know what I mean? Just off the, eyesight, off the eye test right now, because Canelo is on a decline, you can easily say, yeah, but then when you got better sense than that, then you're gonna say, hey man, I don't think so. So it's 50-50 right now. I would have to see that fight. Shit, man, that's a hell of a fight, even though it's not going to happen. So I don't want to get into the fantasy type of thing. Y'all know how I feel about that. So I don't really want to go into it. Would be a hell of a fight. But I don't know. I don't even want to touch it, man, because them dudes not even going to get in the ring. But if I have to pick someone right now, he has a good chance of beating me, but it's not by too much. That's a fight I would love to see. But I would love to see this fight with Canelo maybe just maybe 2 or 3 years, younger than what he is now, because he's on a decline. You see what I'm saying? And that's just say if they fight and Benny go in there and do the Mexican monster stop on him, then some haters would be like, oh man, he only beat him because he's old. I don't like that type of stuff. And that's why it's important for these guys to get in the ring when it's good for the both of them, not because one guy gonna have the advantage over the other because one guy is aging or his machine, his body is declining because he's been through so many wars and great and good fights and tests and things like that. So I don't know. I mean, right now it's a fantasy match, and we'll see if they ever fucking fight. But the important thing is who David gonna fight next, because most likely him fighting Canelo, I would be surprised. Even though Canelo came out and said something, then something else was supposed to have been said that he's still not fighting Mexicans. So I don't want to get into that because it'd be the same trap as the Earl and EJ, and Crush ain't got time for it, and neither do any of y'all, man. So who knows? I don't know, man. That's all I got.
Hey, man, Marcus, what you got on it, man? Canelo Benavidez.
I feel you on that, man. Like, you've been cooking all night. I feel.
Thanks, bro.
I feel like no problem, man. Honestly, I thought that Plant, although he I don't. So here's the thing. I don't know how 10-8 rounds work, right? But the way I scored it, I thought that Plant was actually up at the end of the fight. Again, I'm not a huge boxing fan, but that's what I saw. I thought he dominated like the first 5 rounds. I felt like Benavidez looked confused. Him and his corner was real confused. But then he came out and really just started picking them apart. And there was a couple swing rounds in there where I thought that David Plant did enough to at least get a draw. But, I'm not mad at the decision because the way the fight ended, I felt like Benavidez did his thing. And then, when it comes down to these guys, who they fighting next, like, one, Benavidez, he's a regular champ, right?
Yeah, he the WBC interim.
So, this is why I say you got to put respect on the belts. Because if you put respect on the belts and the championship is what matters, then it doesn't matter who else has a belt, because either you're trying to get one or you're trying to fight somebody else who has one. And then it's a process of elimination down to who's really about that. You know what I mean? So when it comes to these guys like Benavidez and Morrell, all in the same weight class, trying to get a fight with Canelo, at the end of the day, Canelo did what he was supposed to do. And yeah, I'm not a big, this guy hasn't done anything to deserve something guy. But at the end of the day, right, you got guys around who have a stake in the claim. So why not put in and get it with them? Why not do your own thing? Why not take a little less money and fight 4 times in 1 year to clear out any other competitors who might be trying to get a Canelo shot? That way, ain't nobody can say you didn't do anything instead of trying to get a big payday. But, I'm not going to tell nobody how to run their career. But when it comes down to you trying to say that you're the best or that you're one of the top guys, if you put your name in that hat, then I hold you to a different standard. But if you don't want to be a part of that and money is what you care about, then just say that then, so I don't have to put no stock in you. You know what I mean? So Benavidez says he wants to be the champ. And I want to see him be the champ. Go beat everybody else with a belt. Go beat everybody else that's around your skill level. Go beat another guy like Frank Martin did with who's the guy he fought?
When Frank Martin fought Michelle Rivera.
Michelle Rivera.
Rivera.
Now, granted, Benavidez was a prior champion, but them guys are not champions right now, and they were considered 2 of the best at that weight, and they got it done when they was young. So I would like to see a Benavidez and Morrell, 2 guys that somebody think could beat Canelo. Why don't they see what's up? Why don't they see what's up and make that happen? You know what I mean? So these guys fighting twice a year and complaining about what Canelo's doing, it doesn't make sense to me, especially when there's opportunities, restructure your contract, take less money, fight, have multiple camps. I don't know. Do something else, because what they're doing ain't working. And to me, personally, I want to see them fight more. I want to see them prove that they're the best. And then when they get their shot, can't nobody say nothing. It'll be like, well, who else is he supposed to fight? cleaned everybody else out like Errol Spence. So that's how I see it.
That's a fact. I can see. I understand where you're coming from there. King Judah, man, what you got on it, man?
We talking about
go ahead.
What we got? We talking about Benavidez and Canelo.
So first off, Benavidez playing as well as with Benavidez winning. How does that fight break? Or does he have the shot to fight Canelo Alvarez? Did that fight happen? And I don't know. Hey, okay. Wherever you want to go with the topic, my brother.
Okay. First of all, as far as the Plant and Benavidez go, it went how I thought it may go. I did a prediction video about it. I think Canelo is. I think Plant is a better. I think he has more skills than Benavidez, but that means nothing if your style is to be an outside fighter who wants to move around and you can't move around for 12 rounds. So I do believe he's more skilled than Benavidez, but I don't think he can beat Benavidez because Benavidez has his kryptonite. I mean, if your biggest weakness is you don't have a gas tank, Benavidez may very well have the best gas tank in the division. Facts. So, that's a guy you can't beat. That's a guy you can't beat. So outside of that, as far as him and Canelo, I hear a lot of people, they talking about this Mexican monster stuff, but I saw a lot of weaknesses in Benavidez. He gets hit a lot. I don't think he's even built for defense. All he knows how to do is come forward. He fights one way and not taking nothing from him because that's going to beat a lot of people because you still have to be a very good fighter to overcome Benavidez. But they are going to be guys that can take advantage of that. And going forward with somebody like Canelo, now Canelo will slow down a lot. And to me, Canelo was never as good as the media made him out to be. Now, he is a good fighter, don't get me wrong. But one thing Canelo does bring to the table is that Canelo can counterpunch, and he has one-punch KO power. And that can spell trouble for Benavidez. You think you're going to follow Canelo around and you're going to wear him out like Caleb Plant, which you very well may be able to do because he don't have a gas tank either. The difference is if he catch you slipping and you eating punches like you was eating from Caleb Plant, your ass can be waking up and your corner can be telling you that you didn't get it done. So that's what I got on it.
I ain't mad at it. I agree. I damn near 100% with what you just said. Chris, go ahead, Chris.
God dang, King Judah, you was cooking, boy. You was cooking like a good Sunday meal on a Sunday, bro. Damn, you was cooking. Also, I'm gonna add on to something you just said. This is with Canelo. One thing about Canelo, people, man, he got one of the best upper body lateral movements in the game. Yes, he does, because we could talk about his feet is not fast. Well, their feet not really fast like that. Anyway, no, didn't mean any disrespect by it. But yeah, with his upper lateral movement too, yeah, man. But he was on one with that. Yeah, so it is still a very interesting fight to see. Let's see what's going to happen. I would like to see it. I like to see it because I think he'll get himself game for it. Let's see it. Fuck it. Let's see it. Because is there any other fight we want to see him? I mean, people talk about David Morrell, of course. I would love to see that fight, regardless of how many fights he has or not. I ain't worrying about that. I would love to see that fight. Will we see can David Benavidez pull off a win against Morrell like that? And like King Judah said, he still got some holes in his game. I would have been beating his damn body to death, boy. He wouldn't even be able to keep me off of him for a hot second. And then if I was going to be mid-range like that and stand right in front of him like Caleb Plant was, then you should have been doing a little something else because you could have gave this dude the hiccups from the uppercuts, man. So, yeah, it's a lot of more stuff he could have did. He should have been on angles. Don't stand in front of that guy like that. And should have been using his footwork, but the plan was to stand in front of him, and the result outcome of it is what it is. But yeah, definitely. But he can get in there with somebody that can capitalize on where his weaknesses are. You know what I mean? So, and anybody that can make him move his feet, oh man. It's easy pickings. Anybody that can make that dude work, because as long as he can Herman Mustard to you, he's comfortable because he's not a guy that can cut off the ring. He has slow, heavy ass feet. You know what I mean? That's something that Breadman should kick himself in his ass about. Come on, bro. You're trendy, man. Anyways, he get in front of a guy that's going to make him work for it. Just ain't going to be right there. you ain't gonna get it too easy, we can see something wholly, totally different. So what I'm saying, don't get up on the giddy up too much on David. You look exciting one night out, and then the next time out, boy, it can look horrible. So we gonna have to see what's going on. Yo, Ed, what's going on, Tony? What's going on, Tony, in here, man? So I would let him go on.
Hey, Dub. Hey, guys, what's up?
What's up, my brother, man? What you got on it tonight, man? We talking David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant, that fight, as well as David Benavidez if he fights Canelo Alvarez. Man, any way you want to go with the topic, brother, go ahead.
No, I want to start with a Caleb Plant and Benavidez fight. To me, I don't know what it is for you guys. When you look at this, seems to be a constant issue with Caleb with his gas tank and stuff like that. The past few fights with him, is it him being not disciplined, or his trainer's not training him correctly?
I think it's more so of his trainer not knowing how to work on that, because I mean J-Rock had a little of a gas tank issue, so that's something.
Let me ask this. Let me ask this, Crush, and this is my personal opinion right here. You don't fix gas tank issues. Either you got it or you don't. Now, there are certain individuals who maybe they have too much muscle, and that where they gas tank, they can kind of trim down, become a little more lean, lose some of the muscle, and that may be able to help there. I look at Tony Harrison, right? One thing about Tony Harrison, it is what it is. If Tony Harrison had a great gas tank, he'll beat the shit out of most people. You know what I'm saying? AJ, he got gas tank issue. I don't know if you fix those. How do you fix the gas tank issue?
Well, real quick, Dub. I hear what you're saying, but I don't think all these guys is just naturally born with a half a tank. You know what I mean? Stamina, conditioning is a part of PT. That is something that you can increase on. You can improve. You can improve that. Unless if you don't have asthma, if you don't have that, if it ain't, prescribed if you ain't diagnosed with it, you can fix it. And the thing is, it may be something that you're not doing right in your training. You see what I'm saying?
So let me ask this real quick. Okay, if that's the case, because like I said, Tony Harrison, the man ain't never improved. He ain't never fixed the gas tank issues, right?
And guess what? He never worked on it either.
If me and you can sit here and watch the sport and understand it, how hasn't he worked? I'm sure he's tried to work on it. I just don't think it can always be improved. Go ahead, Judah.
I think I can answer that. I don't know if y'all know, but with Dub, my favorite, all fight fans have a certain style that they favor, right? We all know that some people like power punchers, some people like outside fighters. I've always liked outside fighters, and if you can move really good on your feet, even better. That's why Ali is my favorite fighter of all time. He's an outside fighter with superb footwork, right? But I think when you said why these guys don't have the stamina, because we all know they're doing the road work, right? We all know they're putting in their 12 rounds of sparring, getting ready for fights, but they still not ready. You know why? Especially these guys like Caleb Plant, who wants to be an outside fighter. What the lost art, something that Ali used to do that these new guys don't do. Ali used to dedicate 15 rounds to just moving when he was preparing for a fight. 15 rounds, he would just move around for 15. That's not even including throwing punches. That's not blocking punches. That's not doing nothing. Ali was prepared to move for 15 rounds. And that's what they're not doing.
Yeah, no, and Judah, you brought up something. Actually, I have friends who are on the West Coast, and they train with boxers, and what they make them do is actually, like on the West Coast in California, they make them run in the mountains and stuff like that to build up their
endurance.
Their endurance and stuff like that, because if you're in high altitude, it actually thins out your blood. Like if you're training in high altitude, like in the mountains, it thins out your blood and you can get more blood. I'm not saying it's cheating, but do you understand what I'm saying?
No, that's not cheating.
No, that's
all of
common
that-
knowledge. It's
all of that
common
makes
knowledge.
sense,
When
too.
you go, if you train in higher altitudes, your body learns to suck out or the oxygen particles out of the air because they're much thinner up there than they are at lower sea level. So people
And
have
that's
done
why
that.
David Benavidez seems like he never runs out of gas. Like, is that what it is with David? Is just the training
all of
he
that,
does?
all that
He
makes
in
sense.
Arizona, ain't he? He in Arizona, ain't he?
All that makes sense. But here's what I saw, right?
Go ahead,
And
Mark.
it's the same thing that concerns me about the Devin and Loma fight, right?
And real quick, Mark, I apologize. Your mic it's a tad bit staticky. I don't know. You might want to come in and come right. I mean, go out and come right back in.
Oh
You got
yeah,
a
I
little
got
bit
you.
of
Let me try
static
it.
from you.
Let me try it real quick.
Do y'all hear it, or is that me?
No,
And
he
I
had a
think it
little
was
fat.
unnecessary movements that tired out Caleb. Do you agree with Dub? Also, like all that unnecessary movement to try to out.
Well, it wasn't. This is the problem. It wasn't unnecessary because he was gonna get overwhelmed if he didn't move. So it wasn't unnecessary. Marcus, you're back in the building, man. Let me hear your mic, brother.
Mic check.
It's still a little staticky, but you sound better. You
Hey.
okay? Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Let me throw this in real quick. I want some about the old school fighters versus the new school fighters. And I'm a young dude. I'm fairly young, bro. I'm 34. But I noticed something about the old school cats.
Oh damn,
I noticed-
man, you're the same age.
Yeah, I noticed something.
Wait. Hey, excuse me, before you go, hey, King Judah, I thought you was older than that, bruh.
Nah, man, I'm 34, bro. But what I want to bring up, we talking about stamina, bro. This is not just an issue with Caleb. If you look at generations, this is an issue with this generation. One thing them old school cats had, we always talk about these fantasy fights. We win out these old guys. A lot of these old guys will wear these young dudes down. They do not have the conditioning of the fighters of the past. Them dudes,
Yeah.
like I said, one thing I told you what they did, even if you look at the heavyweights, bro, I saw Larry Holmes training, and he was doing the same thing Ali did, but these guys trained to move for 12 rounds. And the reason I keep bringing them moving, I'm going to say this and I'm going to give it back. Why movement is so important, because I know you said, one guy said they run in the mountains. We know that they run on treadmills, they do their road work. Bro, you have to, your muscles in your body have to be prepared for what they're going to do. The reason I'm saying this is you can run in a straight line, bro, for as long as you want, and you can build up stamina to run in a straight line. But if your body is not prepared to get in the ring and do the movements that it takes to avoid a punch for 12 rounds, you can tire even though you can run a marathon. You would get tired because you ain't trained your body to make the movements that you require of it when you need it. That's why I keep bringing up Ali. Ali trained the movements that he needed. That's why nobody else can do what Ali did, because nobody was willing to do what Ali did. That's why he can get
Foreman did the same thing, I heard. George Foreman did the same exact thing.
Yeah,
apparently.
a lot of those old school guys did. But like I said, these new school guys not doing it. That's why somebody like a Caleb Plant, you know how to mimic Ali. You can mimic Ali, Roy Jones, and all these guys, bro, but you don't have the gas tank.
Hey,
Hey,
real
that's
quick,
exactly
real quick, I just want to shout out to my brother R. West. He just brought up another great point. He said old school fighters hit the road, jump rope. They also fought more often. That's
a fact.
If you go back and look at how they fought, the reason they were able to fight, shit, you have people, and I know this is a tad bit to the extreme, but you had people fighting eight times a year. 6 times a year. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
And so now when you have fighters fighting 1 to 2 times a year, hey, your gas tank is totally different. And regardless of what you train for, I know training is everything. Being in the ring, I got it. Regardless of what you train for, it's always different. Practice is always different from the game. It's always different. Now, your skills may come out the same way, but the atmosphere is different. The way you're moving is different. It is what it is. And so being in those fights 6-7 times a year, it definitely helped you prepare much more than fighting 1 time a year, 2 times a year.
Is this
Marcus,
generation lazy? Is what it is?
We're not gonna do that. We got hold on, Marcus.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Marcus. Go ahead, my brother.
I mean, Judah, and you summed it up pretty well. That's what I was gonna say. These guys aren't fighting enough. They're fighting 2 years. Only person fighting 4 times a year is Canelo that I can remember. And then on top of that, these guys are training non-game day motions. You know what I mean? It's guys like, okay, I look at basketball, I play basketball. If you can play all the offense in the world and not get tired, but when you got a defensive assignment that could also give you some work and you're going to have to stop them, you're going to get tired on the other end. It's like when I seen Caleb Plant and Benavidez, you could train to have your stamina on point, but can you train to have somebody bigger than you who's, when you wrap him up, throws you around and punches you on the way out? You can't train that type of stamina. These guys get tired because they don't train for what they're actually doing in the ring. You know, Tyson Fury way down on Wilder, Benavidez way down on Caleb Plant. These guys get tired because road work doesn't have anything to do with that. You know what I mean? Like, and then we don't see a lot of their training. You know, the sport of boxing, they're kind of secretive on what they prepare for. But I don't. From one thing I definitely didn't see, I don't see anybody train like I used to see Floyd Mayweather. He was always training. He was always running. He was always doing something.
Well, hey, Mark, I don't know, Marcus. I don't know what you're doing, bro. You got a lot. You got a thing going on over there. Respectfully.
I'm a bow out, man. Something just passed me. It was pretty loud. So.
No, you good. Go ahead. Keep going. Keep cooking. Then you good, bro. We don't hear it no more. Go ahead.
But yeah, I mean that's pretty much what I was saying. Like these guys aren't training for game day situations. They shadow boxing and doing a lot of stuff that they don't actually do in the ring. Throwing combinations they don't actually throw in the ring. That's why I'm just like, what is this? You know what I mean? I don't see nobody with the type of training like a Kobe Bryant or a Michael Jordan or a Floyd Mayweather. Like these guys aren't training the same way or fighting that often.
Crush, what you got on it, man? Then we going to Anthony, man. We're going to Crush, then Tony.
Hey, man. Yeah, something with the newer generation, man. They just not, and like King Judah and everyone said, you know, with the old school fighters, man, they worked on movement, which is something I'm starting to learn that a lot of guys get away from the basics, because if anybody ever had any type of training, you know, when you first go to the gym, before you do any of that shit, you're going to have to get your footwork together, knowing how to move your feet, knowing the different movements, because you're moving around different in the ring than you would move if you're playing, you know, any other sport, you know, even though some of the movements may be similar, you know, but that's only a couple moves. So guys not is something that they're not doing in a regiment, and that's causing for them to have these issues and not being able to move, don't know how to get away from shit, not know how to cut off the ring. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because there's so many guys I don't know how these guys is professionals, and this dude that don't know how to cut off the ring. And we got professional fighters that don't know how to cut off the ring. You learn that shit in the basics. I learned how to cut off the ring at 11 years old. Would never forget it. I can show these guys right now how to cut off the ring. What the hell is wrong with you? How long you been fighting?
And this is why I think that's an issue. Like, these kids are switching up their style when they get into the pros, because sometimes the amateur style does not work in the pros. That movement really is not entertaining. So these kids tend to transition away from the skills they learn in the amateurs because they want to entertain the fans and stuff like that. That's what the issue is. Like, that's why David Benavidez has such a big fan base, is because his fighting style is entertaining. He cares more about knocking people out than the actual fundamentals and stuff like that. Like, most of these come forward guys, the reason why we say they're flat-footed is not that they don't know how to use their footwork, is that they transitioned to that style in the pros because they knew the amateur style wasn't really going to be successful in the long run in professional boxing.
Right. I agree, man. I agree.
I ain't mad at it. At the end of the day, you know, when we talk about flat-footed fighters, man, and I really don't want to get too deep into this. We're getting ready to shut it down, man, because man, I gotta get ready I gotta show tomorrow with my brother Crush. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta make sure we all the way on point with it. Gotta make sure of that. And I'm gonna go ahead, and because of that, I'm gonna definitely not just because of that, because I need to take my ass to sleep. That's really what it is. But I'm gonna shut it down tonight early, man. Anthony, man, give your last words, man. I appreciate you jumping on. Much love to you, my brother. Give me your last words for the night.
My prediction for the next fight for David Benavidez is Andrade, to be honest. It's gonna be Andrade.
Oh, damn! You think Andrade?
Yeah, no, because I honestly, for me, I think the Canelo and Morrell fights are they're gonna save those fights for next year on Cinco de Mayo and Mexican Independence Day in September next year and stuff like that to make it even bigger and stuff. So they're gonna have the Andrade fight first, then do a Canelo fight on Cinco de Mayo and David Morrell my mistake. Canelo on Mexican Independence Day and Morrell on Cinco de Mayo.
All right. I ain't mad at that. Hey, it'll be a good fight. It'll be a good fight if they make that happen. I disagree. I don't think that's gonna happen. Let me tell you what I think gonna happen. I think he's gonna fight John Ryder. After John Ryder, we're gonna see Canelo fight Edgar Berlanga. Berlanga has moved over to Eddie Hearn Matchroom. Well, really, I think he's with Oscar. But Oscar fight with Eddie Hearn in the Matchroom. So I think we'll probably see the Berlanga fight next. And then I got to see, man. I'm not sure. Canelo might retire on our respectfully.
Wait, you don't think he's gonna have the Bivol? You don't think the Bivol fight happens again?
Nah, he don't want no smoke with Bivol.
He don't need that.
They'll tell you he won't smoke with Bivol. He want to be great. He don't want no smoke with Bivol.
He don't need those Bivol problems. Leave that man alone.
Listen. He don't need Bivol problems. He don't need Morrell problems. He might. I think that Benavidez beats him, but I think that's the best chance he has to win. So what I say is he goes, like I say, Ryder, then he goes Berlanga, and then he retires.
Berlanga doesn't even deserve that fight.
We don't disagree, but we know where Berlanga is at, and we know they've moved him up to number 4. Shout out to Knockout Boston 86 TV. They moved him up to number 4 in the IBF, and so he's about to be in contention for that fight. Oh, the brother he didn't want to hear none of that. Shout out to my brother Anthony Manzano. Come back, Anthony. Come back. We want him to respond. Man, my brother. Because, hey, Judah, man, give me your last words, man. My brother Crush will be on tomorrow. Y'all make sure y'all come through. Judah, man, appreciate you. We got to get you on the show as well, brother. We got to get you on the show. We'd love to hear your story, man. Man, plug your channel, man. Let me know what you got going, bro.
Yeah, man. I just wanted to say, man, I'm glad I got to catch you, bro. I always see you, man, but I be asleep. I wake up the next day and then saw you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad I got a chance to catch it, bro. So I'm just glad I see everybody here, man. I see a lot of names, people that I see. Yoda, I don't think I ever talked to Crush before. No, I've been on before. But man, I'm glad to hear you talk, bro, because you cook, bro. And
thank you. Same here, man. Same here, bro.
Yeah. So, what time y'all gonna be on tomorrow?
Man, we will be on tomorrow. And I'm glad you asked that, Judah. I want to verify, Crush, you good? 9:30 Eastern time tomorrow?
Yeah, man. Yep. We'll do that.
9:30 Eastern time, we will be on, man. We will have Crush. He'll be giving his story. You know what I'm saying? And man, anybody who knows, I love to have everybody on the show, man. I love hearing everybody's story. getting in depth, getting to know my family, man, my brothers. I find it crazy. I talk to y'all more than I talk to a lot of my family members. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Real.
Yo, Yoda, I had a question, bro. Where you from?
Philly.
Philly. Oh, okay. I got you. I couldn't catch the accent, man. I couldn't catch the accent. Okay.
Judah, I keep saying New York. And Crush be like, he's like, nigga, I'm not from nigga. I'm like, all right, I'm good. My bad, bro.
Yeah. I love New York, though. I don't have no problem with New York, but people always get me mixed up with New York. They say be more. I didn't heard all type of shit. I didn't even heard islands. I don't know, man. But
I got you. But yeah, man. I just want to say, man, thank you again, bro. I'm gonna be up again. Y'all take it easy, bro.
Hey,
yes,
man,
sir. Yes, sir, King Judah.
Keep doing your thing over there, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you.
Yes,
Crash, man. I gotta ask you. Hold on. We gotta go ahead. We're gonna get you main stage tonight, right? We're gonna put you on. And then if I figure out how to do it, you never know what's going on over here. YouTube is way more difficult than it seems. Or this ain't YouTube, this StreamYard. This shit way more difficult than it seems, bro. You think you know what you're doing. You hit a couple buttons. Next thing you know, you have no clue. Crush, man. Tomorrow, one more time, man. Let the people know what they're gonna what they gonna hear tomorrow, man.
Oh man, come through tomorrow. And y'all gonna learn the story behind the name Crush the Legend. Before we go, my entire name, Crush the Legend, was given to me. I did not make it up. So y'all gonna find out tomorrow what's behind the name, how it came about, what's other names connected to it, what I did in my life. I've been in the military. I've been in the hip hop world. That's tune in tomorrow, people. Y'all, if y'all know me, y'all know I got a certain type of energy and passion. So tomorrow, kicking it, me giving y'all testimony that y'all hear about where I come from. Oh man, y'all gonna love every little drop of the passion and energy. So shout out to Dub Whiteside. We're coming up with this amazing panel, man. It's good because you get the he's connecting you to people that you share in the chat with and people that's on panels and that you might be subscribed to every day. So it's like he's giving us unsung for the boxing community, and that's something awesome. Keep it pushing, bro. Keep it pushing, and everybody that comes on, I'm pretty sure it's a good thing because every time I have came on when you had guests on, it's been very interesting. So shout out to you. Shout out to everybody that been on Dub Right Side. And before I go, nobody's going to top my man. Get this goddamn smoke. So when you come up here and give your damn story, do not try it because I ain't even tried it with mine. I did some shit, but I ain't touching that brother. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, y'all make sure y'all tune in tomorrow.
Look, I gotta get Smoke back on here, man. Look, Smoke done been. I was like, look, bro. I'm gonna tell you, when Smoke said fencing, Muhammad Ali gloves, and George Foreman neck. Get what I said? You got it, bro. You got it, bro.
Wow.
I ain't did nothing like it. Man. But man, I know we're gonna have a great time tomorrow, my brother. And man, thank you. I appreciate you always showing me love. You know what I'm saying? I always know you're welcome over here. And man, shout out to my brother Judah was in the building tonight. Man, we had Marcus in the building. Omega Red was in the chat. Rick Timms was on the panel before I messed the panel up. My apologies.
It's my man Rick. Shout out to Rick.
Hey, Rick, that's my brother, man. Hey, we had my brother. I had R. West is in the building as always, man. Don Jenkins, the Gotcha Gamer, man, always showing love, man. King Judah, the square. I mean, inside the square circle with King Judah was in the building, man. We had Troy Graham wilding out as always.
Always the wild card.
Man, you know who we didn't have? Y'all know who we didn't have? We didn't have my brother Ben Israel tonight. We didn't have my brother Ben Israel. And after doing what you did, Ben, show your face, man. Come on. It is what it is, brother. It is what it is. I hope everything is well with you. But it seemed like you ducked out the smoke. And we're going to call a spade when it comes to that subject. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother, Big Ray, man. He was in the building. Mike Biggs, Boxing, R. West in the building, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Cash Crypto. Damn, man. 817 came in, showed up and showed out. Brian Corbett with TWT. Shout out to everybody with the TWT team. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Josh,
sir. TWT in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Josh and the G5. Just do. Shout out to my the sister Kui, man.
Queen!
You know, man, everybody over there, man. I got love for all of y'all, man. My brother T, Skinny in the building, man. Shout out to Skinny. You know what I'm saying? Ricky Williams, man. Shout out to Ricky Williams. Everybody, man. Much love to all y'all. And with that, man, we're gonna be out, but tune in tomorrow. And we're gonna have a great show. We're gonna have a great show tomorrow, man. I'm excited, Crush.
I'm excited too, bro. I'm gonna sit back, relax for the rest of the night while I'm at work. I'll probably just put some music on or watch a relaxed movie. I'm getting ready for tomorrow, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes. Hey, we're gonna have a good time. And with that, man, just know whenever y'all over here, man, what y'all doing? Y'all rocking with the right side, man. It is what it is.
You can't fight the power of Gervonta Tank Davis. What a scintillating display. Well, you question Deontay Wilder's power. The proof is in the banana pudding as he just turned the lights out.
Cool boy Steph Stephen Fulton Jr.
The Ennis Express is a runaway train.
Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, here is the skilled, the highly regarded Devin Rodriguez.